Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode, and today we're going to go over something that I just did, and it's something I almost never do. As you know me, I'm a long-term investor. I like to invest in dividend growth companies and growth stocks that invest heavy into the future and have long-term opportunities for compounding and capital growth. But what I did today, and the last 3 days really, was trading. I don't do this very often, almost never. Thank goodness it turned out very profitable, and a huge part of this came from shorting a company that's been big time in the headlines recently, and that's Bed Bath & Beyond. And so we're going to talk about the overall story of this company, how it's skyrocketed in price, and now how it's now tumbling down. We have stories of 20-year-old college students making $110 million. Yeah, you heard that right here. $110 million, a tenth of a billion, all from a 20-year-old college student. So we're going to talk about the story of this investment, how it's completely changed lives for both better and worse, and what I did with this stock and how I plan on moving forward with it, and what you think you should do overall, if you should be buying the stock or selling the stock now, and just overall my opinion on the company. But if you haven't checked me out before, my name is Jordan. I'm a millennial investor, and I have opportunities down below in the description to get signed up with M1 Finance, which 124 people have signed up for so far. We also have opportunities for mentoring ship, as well as other signups, including auto savings accounts, credit card referrals, and all types of good stuff like that. And as well as you want to see my growth and dividend growth portfolio, that's down below in the description, which is shared through an M1 Pi, which is on this link down below, which is updated every single video. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what I just did, which is something I almost never do, and that's trade. Now, what I did is I bought weekly put options against BBBY stock. So let's go ahead and go over the research tab here on M1 Finance, and let's type in the ticker symbol BBBY stock, Bed Bath & Beyond stock. Now this company, if we look at the week chart here, it has finally started to crater down. But before that, originally this stock was up over 100% on the week. If we go to the month chart, this company was 365% in the green. So just pretty much vertical, a straight line up. If you look at a 3-month chart, 159%, but ever since the lows of about $4 or $5, it's been basically vertical for the last 2 or so weeks now. Now this company is finally starting to come down, and today it finished down $4.50, or down about 20% on the day. Now what happened was there was a lot of bullish sentiment around this company. There was potential for a, quote, short squeeze. And what I thought was, when this company originally hit about $25 a share, I thought it would be a good idea to buy some put options. Now the good news is, so far, as of August 1st, when they update this chart monthly, I was trailing the market performance by a little bit. I was about 1% behind the NASDAQ. I was about 12% or so behind the Dow Jones, as well as about 10% behind the S&P. Now so far, August for me has been record levels. As of August 1st, I closed with 33,000. Well, today I have 42,000 in just 2.5 weeks later. So things have been going very well. And part of this was contributed from the put options from BBBY stock, which once again, this is almost something I never do. Almost all my portfolio is long-term investments. But why is it cratering now? Why today did it go down almost 20% in value? Well, last night, right after I bought these puts, most of this money I made today, honestly, this came out late last night. After hours, when the stock was trading in the after hours, it started to fall about 10% or so because Ryan Cohen, one of the big bullish reasons why people were buying the stock, he had plans to turn around the company. He was one of the founders of Chewy, and he's also had other large investments as well, and helped influence some of the GameStop decisions when, that stock skyrocketed about a year or so ago. Bed Bath & Beyond stock falling after Ryan Cohen files to sell. Now, a lot of people originally, they were kind of indecisive about this. He hadn't technically sold. He had just requested to file to sell. So a lot of people were still very bullish and very excited about this company and still thinking it could keep on going to the moon. And that was until, let's see, what is this? About an hour or so ago from the time I'm filming, this just came out. Activist investor Ryan Cohen completes planned sale of Bed Bath & Beyond stake. Stock falls 30%. 30% more on top of today's 20% drop. There's only one part of this headline article that's wrong. The stock is not down 30% after hours. If we go here and we refresh the screen, let's research. As of right now, it's not down 30%. It's down an additional 42%. So in just 2 days, this company is down over 50% in value. And I think the biggest loser here is honestly Bed Bath & Beyond. Not the investors inside of it, which we're going to go over in a second, some of the winners of this, but not the investors inside of it. Who the losers are Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's go over to Qualtrim here and let's look at Bed Bath & Beyond, and what do we see? If we look at the annual charts here, we have a company that has declining revenue since about 2018, from 12 billion down to 12, down to 11, down to 9, down to last year's $7 billion in revenue. And the net income from a company that was once profitable, pulling in $1 billion plus in profit, is now consistently losing money every year. If we go to the last quarterly update, the last time this company gave an update on its cash, it used to have $1.4 billion in cash just a year or so ago. Today, as of the most recent update, they have $100 million. This is a company that's starting to have liquidity issues, and cash is flying out of the door, with the most recent quarter losing almost $500 million in free cash flow. So this is not looking good. So the company had an opportunity to sell shares at sky-high valuations. You see here, for several days, for about 2 or 3 days straight, the company had its shares at $25 a share plus. They could have easily filed to sell shares at $20, $22, $24 a share, but they didn't do that. This could have easily provided liquidity for the company, and they could have raised lots of capital and reinvested back into themselves. And rather than be some meme trading stock, they could have been a fundamental business that could get back on track, but they decided not to do that. So will they continue to sell now that the company is still sort of high as of today, being at about $10? That's still relatively high compared to where it was a month ago at about $5. But still, selling shares at $20, $25 a share is a lot different than trying to sell your shares now at maybe $8, $9 a share. That's a huge difference. That's less than half the price. So honestly, the biggest losers here are not the investors that bought in this company at $20, $25, $30 a share. The real losers is Bed Bath & Beyond, because now there's no fundamental value. This company is likely going to continue to be in a downtrend, and the one gleaming hope that this company had was having Ryan Cohen step in and be an activist investor that would help change the company, and now that's gone. So if you're holding the company and you're still buying BBY stock now, if you still think Bed Bath & Beyond stock has opportunity, I think you're wrong. If you want to do a short-term trade, or if you want to bet against the company like I did, I won't be touching this anymore. My position is closed out, so unfortunately I'm not going to be profiting off of this likely massive move down tomorrow on Friday. But still, I took my profit, I walked away from it, I made a short-term trade, which is something I almost never do. But the good news is not everybody lost out of this. We have a 20-year-old investor, okay? Now I'm 23. I like to consider myself a pretty young investor, which I think that I am. I started investing when I was 19. Now this guy is 20 years old and somehow managed to get a hold of $25 million and profited $110 million in profit off of this trade. Absolutely incredible. He originally started his stake of $25 million, which was about 6.2% of the company at the time, at $5.50 a share. Going back here, where we were just about a month ago, like I said, basically a month ago, that's right about the bottom. And then he ends up selling out basically at the peak. Now that he's already out, he doesn't feel any of this pain, and he was probably one of the few people that cashed out massively on this company as not is left holding the bag. So congratulations to this 20-year-old college student. I wish him the best. Hopefully he turns that money into a lot more money. But to be honest, if him and his family members are already starting with 25, the fact that they made $110 million is probably not as big a deal to them. But anyways, congrats to them. Hopefully you and I can see some success like that one day. Hopefully my $3,000 turns into $110 million profits one day. But other than that, guys, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got to listen to a little bit of the story of BBY stock. And feel free to check out all that stuff down below if you found value in this video. And like and subscribe to the video if you found this helpful. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.